So let's get straight to my tips, everyone. The first one is I make sure that I look after my health. So it really does start with the prep. So I make sure that I eat right, I exercise, and I do try to get enough sleep. I aim for about 7 hours a night so that my performance isn't, impaired in any way the next day. And I don't also stay up late working into the early hours because I don't think that's very productive and good for us. And I actually had a friend that used to do that. She would stay up till like 3 or 4 in the morning working. And in the end, she had a bit of a breakdown, and it took months for her to recover. So instead of actually her saying, I have too much work to do, this is too much for me at the moment, can I get some help? She kind of just tried to plow through and tried to do everything. And it really, really did affect her mental health and her physical health afterwards. She's recovered now, thankfully, and she did learn from that lesson. But I do try to make sure I look after myself and make sure that the preparation is good. I notice, for example, that if I don't eat well, or I've had like a particular day where I've not been good with my food, I do actually feel very lethargic and I don't feel good. And that obviously can affect my concentration as well. So I do, looking after health is one of my priorities. The second one is I make sure that I wind down. So though I always have a lot to do when I get home, especially after even recording here in the studio, and a part of me says I need to continue working, I need to keep doing something. But I know that I need to wind down. So what I do, I sit down with my husband, we talk, have a laugh. I tend to leave my phone in another room as well, because I think it's just important to just be away from the phone and just have that time with your family, your loved ones. And you do need to recharge your own batteries. And the third one is I deal with situations quickly and openly. Now, something actually happened at work, and something was said to me, and it was something that really, really hurt, and it really shocked me. And at the time, it was by email, and at the time I felt very upset and very emotional. And I knew that if I phoned the person or saw the person at that particular time, it wouldn't be good, because I needed time to sort of process what had been said. I needed time to think about maybe my part in everything that was said. So I left it basically. I slept on it, I had a chat with my husband about it, and I just left it for the next day. And then I called a meeting with the person. In the end, we sorted it out. It was a bit of a misunderstanding, but I also learned from that situation for myself. We were, as Chris mentioned earlier, about the honesty part of things. That the person expressed themselves, I expressed myself, and we were very, very honest with how we felt about things and what was going on. And in the end, everything was fine. We sorted it out. So you have to kind of find the right timing. So as I said, if you deal with things there and then, as soon as something's happened and the emotions are heightened and everyone's upset, it could end up being really bad. So you should kind of leave it to when everyone calms down and has a chance to think about something. But also don't leave it too long, because that's when things can also start to get confused and there's more misunderstandings happen. So make sure you deal with it in the right time, not too quickly, but don't leave it too long. Do it as soon as possible when you feel like, you're not angry or upset. And also do it openly. Make sure there's a chance for everybody to speak and express themselves, and things will get sorted out. The next point is, I like to think. Now, I'm always looking for ways to make my work more efficient for myself and for the team. So a lot of the times I just like to spend time on my own and just think, okay, how can I be more efficient in what I do? How can my team be more efficient? And there are times when I have ideas, and in our weekly meetings we actually sit down and we discuss them, or in one-to-ones that I have with my staff. And sometimes it's a small thing that you can think of that can make a whole lot of difference in just a small thing that you work in the way that you work that can really make things more efficient. So it's good to, I know we're busy and we have lots to do, but if you just take even just 15 minutes just to be away from everything and just think about your work and think about how you can tweak it here and then and how you can change things around, it does really make a difference. And the final point is, I do speak up when I need to. So for example, if things are getting too much, I feel that I'm not managing my workload and maybe more things are coming, then I have learned to say no to certain things. And also things, for example, that I feel maybe not be very productive, then I will always speak my mind. And also I do tend to speak to senior management quite a bit when I have ideas and I want to suggest new ways of working. I do make those suggestions. I don't always get a yes, but at least I tried. But some things I do get a yes on, and then we can go ahead and work in a new way that is actually more effective for the whole team.